really just get out the way, in all honesty.
Mind-boggling to myself, because I've set out goals throughout my whole career. I won.
Have you heard the latest buzz? The Oklahoma City Thunder are making moves, and it's got everyone talking. February rolls in, and you know what that means. The NBA trade deadline is looming large on the horizon. It's that time of the year when teams are wheeling and dealing, trying to stack up their rosters for that ultimate playoff push. Now, let's talk about our beloved Thunder. They're right in the thick of it, folks. Like a seasoned captain navigating through stormy seas, they're steering their ship towards the ultimate prize, the NBA Finals. So what's the game plan? Well, it's simple, really. Improve, adapt, and conquer. The Thunder aren't afraid to shake things up, to take risks in pursuit of greatness. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about winning games. It's about cementing their legacy, about etching their names into the annals of basketball history. They've been tearing up the Western Conference with a stellar 35-15 record this season. But even the mightiest of teams have their Achilles heel, right? And for the Thunder, it's clear as day. They're in need of a backup center who can hold down the fort when the going gets tough. It's not just about scoring points anymore. It's about locking down that defense, about standing tall in the face of adversity. And for the Thunder, finding that missing piece to the puzzle is absolutely critical. Where there's a will, there's a way. The Thunder front office knows what's at stake. Whether it's scouring the trade market for hidden gems or grooming talent from within, they're determined to shore up that center position and solidify their place among the elite. But who are these mystical players who could potentially don the Thunder jersey? Maybe it's a seasoned veteran with years of experience under their belt, ready to lend their expertise to a hungry young team. Or perhaps it's a rising star, eager to prove themselves on the grand stage of the NBA. Daniel Gafford, the man, the myth, the potential trade target for the Thunder. Now, Gafford, the seasoned veteran, is holding down the fort for the Washington Wizards. Sure, the Wizards may not be having the greatest of seasons, but that doesn't mean Gafford isn't worth his weight in gold. In fact, he's been lighting up the court with some impressive stats this season. We're talking 10.7 points per game, 7.8 rebounds, and a whopping 2.1 blocks on average. But with the Wizards looking to shake things up and potentially offload some players, Gafford could be just the ticket for the Thunder. Imagine him in that Thunder jersey, bringing his defensive prowess and relentless energy to the table. It's enough to make any Thunder fan weak at the knees. So, what do you say, folks? Could Daniel Gafford be the missing piece to the Thunder's championship puzzle? With his skill on the court and his veteran presence in the locker room, it's certainly a possibility worth considering. So, let's keep our fingers crossed, because you never know what the trade gods have in store for us. You see, Holmgren is a force to be reckoned with, a rookie sensation who's been tearing up the court with his jaw-dropping skills. But here's the thing, when he's off the court, the Thunder feel the pinch. They lose that spark, that edge that makes them so formidable. But enter Gafford with his imposing presence and knack for protecting the rim. He's like a security blanket for the Thunder. Sure, he may not be able to match Holmgren's production pound for pound, but he brings something equally valuable to the table: stability. So while Gafford may not be Holmgren's carbon copy, he's darn close. And in a game where every point counts, having a reliable backup like him could mean the difference between victory and defeat for the Thunder. So here's to hoping that this potential trade becomes a reality, because with Gafford in the mix, the Thunder will be a force to be reckoned with, both on and off the court. Trading for Gafford isn't just a walk in the park. Gafford comes with a hefty price tag, over $12 million for the next 2 seasons to be exact. That's no small change. So if the Thunder want to bring him into the fold, they'll need to do some fancy footwork to make it happen. Enter Trey Mann and Aleksej Pokusevski, 2 talented players who find themselves on the fringes of the rotation. Now, don't get us wrong, these guys have potential oozing out of their ears. But in the cutthroat world of professional basketball, sometimes tough decisions need to be made. By packaging Mann and Pokusevski in the deal, the Thunder can not only match Gafford's salary, but also sweeten the pot with some draft considerations. It's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone, addressing their need for a backup center, while also freeing up space in the rotation for other players to shine. Andre Drummond, a name that echoes through the halls of NBA history as one of the league's premier rebounders. This guy is like a magnet for missed shots, a force of nature on the boards. Now, sure, Drummond may not be the flashy superstar he once was, but don't let that fool you. He's still got plenty of gas left in the tank. At 30 years young, he's embraced the role of a defensive stalwart off the bench, bringing a spark of energy and intensity whenever his team needs it the most. You see, Drummond may not be racking up the minutes like he used to, but his value to contending teams is undeniable. With his knack for gobbling up rebounds like they're going out of style, He's like a safety net for any team looking to secure those crucial possessions down the stretch. And that's where the Thunder come into play. With their sights set on championship glory, they're on the lookout for players who can make an impact in the heat of battle. And Drummond? Well, he fits the bill to a T. Sure, Drummond's role may have lessened over the years, but his heart and hustle remain as strong as ever. And for a team like the Thunder, hungry for success and willing to leave it all on the court, he could be just the missing piece they need to make a run at the title. Drummond's been putting up some solid numbers this season, with 7.8 points and 8.3 rebounds per game. But he's doing it all coming off the bench, showing that he's more than capable of thriving in a supporting role. You see, the Bulls may be hovering around the .5 mark for most of the season, but that doesn't diminish Drummond's impact one bit. He's shown time and time again that he can step up and deliver when called upon, whether it's filling in for Nikola Vucevic or flexing his rebounding prowess in limited minutes. Sure, the Bulls may be looking to sell off some pieces at the deadline, but for the Thunder, acquiring Drummond could be a game changer. Charlotte Hornets, a team in transition, searching for its place in the NBA landscape. With stars like LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller leading the charge, there's no shortage of talent in the Queen City. But as they say, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is a winning culture. You see, the Hornets have had their fair share of ups and downs over the years, but one thing's for sure, they're not afraid to shake things up in pursuit of greatness. And that includes potentially parting ways with key players like PJ Washington and Nick Richards. Now, let's talk about Richards for a moment. As the primary starting center for the Hornets, he's been holding down the fort in the paint with poise and determination. But with the team looking to reshape its roster and usher in a new era of success, his name has found itself swirling in the trade rumor mill. But here's the thing, Richards isn't just any old player. He's a young talent with buckets of potential, ready to make his mark on the league. And for a team like the Thunder, who are always on the lookout for diamonds in the rough, he could be just the player they need to bolster their front court. Nick Richards isn't just another name in the mix. He's a legitimate presence in the paint, standing tall at 7 feet and making his mark on the court. With increased opportunity this season, he's been putting up some impressive numbers, averaging 9.6 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 1.4 blocks per game. He's shown a lot of promise this season, which is why he's been a hot topic in trade discussions. Teams see his potential, his ability to impact the game in multiple ways, and they're willing to roll the dice on him. With a multi-year contract and a manageable salary of $5 million annually, Nick Richards is looking like quite the catch for the Thunder. And with the Hornets likely looking for draft picks in return, it's a deal that could benefit both sides. So are you all excited for the finals? Do let us know in the comments section. Also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button before you go. Until next time, see you all.